I could be at home playing Horizon right now, or we could be watching Logan, but instead, no, I gotta cross Rock Dog off my list.
Yes, and at some point before this year, or preferably
it's March.
Before the season is over, you will take me to a good movie.
I have 9 more months to take you to at least one good movie. It's gonna happen. Don't worry, I'm not that much of an asshole. Like I took Matt to one good movie last year. I can take you to one good movie.
What have my contributions to season 5 been so far? Triple X, 50 Shades Darker, and Rock Dog.
To be fair, you volunteered.
Yes, I
said, I just put on the Facebook group, it's like, so is anyone available this weekend and open to bribery? And Sarah's like, yeah. I said, okay.
Well, because I was available and in the area.
And the funny part is, I don't think the person even charged me for 2 tickets. I think they only charged me for 1. The guy who took her tickets didn't give a shit.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, wait, did I only get 1 ticket for this? But he didn't say anything to let us both go, and I only paid $12. I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna go back there and pay for an extra ticket for Rock Dog.
No.
Now if anyone's gonna stop me.
No, it's not worth it.
I mean, like, considering I was expecting another Norm of the North, this is perfectly passable.
Admittedly, I did chuckle at a few nods to pop culture, like towards the end when the robot was doing the robot dance.
Yeah. This movie got me a few times, I'll admit. There's a couple times like, okay, that was kind of funny.
And there were 2 songs that were used in the first act that I sung along to. It's like, oh, that's the Foo Fighters Learn to Fly. Oh, that's Back with Dreams.
So basically, like, how many songs can we get the rights to? Not quite as obnoxious as Sane, but anyway, you were gonna say I cut you off.
Which they only got the rights to those 2, from what I could tell. The other stuff seemed to be more music written for the film.
I mean, considering how insanely low my expectations were going into this thing, I was pleasantly surprised by how much I laughed at it, or how much I got out of it. I mean, it's generic as generic fucking goes.
It is. That's the perfect word for it. It's a harmless kids movie, and there were kids in the audience who seemed to really enjoy it, but it is completely generic.
I mean,
completely uninspired, completely
predictable. Everything you think is going to happen, this movie's going to happen.
Yes.
It's not, like, from the first 5 seconds, you could figure out what this movie's going. I kind of had a groan moment right at the beginning of the movie, because it opens up, the animation, like, in the beginning of the movie is actually pretty decent. So it's kind of sad the whole movie didn't look like that.
Me too, because comparatively, the animation for the rest of the movie is kind of crappy.
Again, better. I was expecting Norm of the North, so it's still better than I was expecting. But even then, I was chuckling, kind of groaning, because there was a yacht played by Sam Elliott, and the yak's name is Fleetwood, and I was like, oh, Fleetwood Yak. Oh, that's a cover of Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
It's a pun.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how I was like, no! God damn it! Well, one of those where everyone has
a robot. A robot doing the robot is also kind of a pun.
Well, yeah, but this one was like, see a Fleetwood? I was like, wait, why do they call him Fleetwood? Yeah, god damn it! I'm like, no, again, everything that good have say movie is, like, followed by an asterisk of, for a movie like this.
Yes.
So, like, the voice acting is surprisingly good for a movie like this.
If you set your expectations pretty low.
Yeah, and it's got J.K. Simmons, it's got Lewis Black as the villain, which is like, Lewis Black could not give 2 shits about this movie.
No.
J.K. Simmons, I feel like, is trying, but then again, it's J.K. Simmons, he'll try in just about anything he's in. And he's decent.
He is decent. I mean, I have a feeling this was more of a paycheck for him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt it either. But at the same time, it was like, he still put more effort than he could have with the movie that's just for a paycheck.
You could tell, even with his voice work in Zootopia last year, that he enjoyed that more than he enjoyed doing this.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just saying he put more effort than he really needed to, which I appreciate. I was expecting as much effort as Lewis Black put into this movie. That's kind of what I was expecting. But even then, like, the story is like every one of these stories you've seen before. It has the disapproving father. It has the Kubo and the two-string
Check.
plots.
Check.
That's what I was like. That's what I was thinking. At the very end, like Kubo and the two strings did it better. Didn't want to yell that out loud.
Much better.
But anywho, so it has a disapproving father and the son who's an outcast, and he wants to follow his dreams, and that's how I know I'm getting older, because I sympathize more with the father. It's like, no, you learn to be an adult like the rest of us. It's like, that's a great idea. Try making money off that. Okay. But I digress. But he wants to follow his dream of being a musician, and it's done to like, Dad, I want to be a musician. I want to follow my heart and all that stuff. Like, that's great, son. But can you try having like a plan more than that? I would appreciate. I'm not saying don't follow your dreams. I'm saying have a backup in case that goes tits up. That's more my thinking personally. But anywho, so he goes off to the city, finds this rock god who I don't know who voiced him. He did give me a chuckle a few times.
Who is a cat?
A cat, because why not? Everything was an ambulance movie. There's no reason for it. They just are.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the village is threatened by these wolves who I just don't understand why they couldn't have taken over the city at any point they wanted.
That's one of the flaws, is that they could have.
Like, they're just like Men in Black. They have like their own like gambling ring and all like this underground mafia shit. Like, one, why do they want these sheep so badly? And two, why couldn't they just take it over literally at any time? They have the technology.
They obviously have the funds. They could have bought lamb chops at a store instead of invading this mountain snow village.
Wait, do they have lamb chops? Everyone here is an animal.
Well, they were going to cook the sheeps to make them into lamb chops towards the end.
I just feel like they're really
in
this. Oh yeah, really. Like, who gives a shit? Spoiler Rock Dog. Like, oh my god, you spoiled Rock Dog. How could you Philistine? Yes. Let me spoil Norman the North when I'm at it. The bear wins in the end.
I'm not a Philistine, I'm an Ashkenazi.
That is a reference even I don't fucking get. Philistine was as far as I got in Bible school growing up. But yeah, again, it just... He meets up with this cat named I should know his name. I said like a million fucking times. Angus Scattergood, that's what it was.
And you actually do remember.
Because I say the name like 5,000 fucking times. Look, it's Angus Scattergood. They don't call him Angus. They only rarely call him just Scattergood. It's always Angus Scattergood. You gotta say the full goddamn name every fucking time.
I'm just teasing you because I'm always correcting you whenever you mess up a character's name.
Well, it just helps if they, again, say it so goddamn many times. And of course, he's this arrogant rock star who's struggling, has some serious writer's block.
Yes.
And through a series of shenanigans, they end up working together.
Under a deadline, and is having trouble meeting the deadline and getting his new hit single in, and he basically, they write a song together, and
he takes all the credit, then he feels bad, then they track down, they become buddies, and then he saves the village from the wolves. The end. The dad's suddenly accepting. Okay, yeah, it's a pretty predictable plot.
It's basically a paint-by-numbers children's movie.
Like, literally as soon as as explains the exposition at the beginning of the movie, you know exactly where it's going from beginning to end. There are no surprises here. And then again, if you're going to a movie called Rock Dot expecting to be surprised, I worry about you.
And that's another sign of weakness in terms of the screenplay, is that it opens up with an exposition blurb.
I mean, which is fine. I mean, like, again, for a movie like this,
it's telling instead of showing.
I mean, again, like, I'm not expecting great... When I saw the trailer, I was like, I'm not expecting great quality out of this. If I got a couple laughs out of there, okay, it's passable, it's fine.
Admittedly, I did chuckle a few times.
There are a few ones that got me. I don't know, the one, like, I was kind of like, okay, that was kind of funny.
Yes.
Like, there was one we both kind of, like, chuckled at, where it's got, like, at some point, the cat gets kidnapped by the wolves by mistake, and then he comes back, he escapes later, he's giving his excuse to his producer about why he hasn't finished a song yet. He goes, but I was kidnapped! Like, that's enough with the lame excuse! That's my best excuse I've ever had!
Yes.
It's like, okay, that's kind of funny.
Yes.
Or like some of the ways they try to like throw in, like I could tell it's like one writer who wanted to throw some adult jokes in there, so there was a few that made me chuckle.
Beep beep.
Yeah, that one made me laugh. I was like, no, I'm his beep beep Gardner. It's like, wow, I mean Angus is beep beep Gardner. It's like, okay, that kind of gave me a good laugh.
Yes.
And then one other one, I'll admit, like, okay, that was kind of funny. There's this other goat in there that's always high, and you know, it's like
the drummer.
a drummer who it's like, dude, don't let him harsh your. He holds his fries in his hands, like, whoa.
Where did this come from?
Where did this come? You've been holding it. It's like, okay, that was kind of funny. So there were a few parts like, okay, I chuckled. There were a few I was like, all right, there were some funny bits in there, like when all the sheep are holed up in the door and they just it was a pull door. It was like, okay, it got me a couple times. So there's enough for it was like. I got something out of it, not a whole lot. I wouldn't call this a good movie by any stretch of the imagination, but for what it fucking is, it's perfectly serviceable.
It's a harmless, generic, paint-by-numbers children's movie.
Pretty much, and I like, of all movies to be this fucking packed on a Sunday, this is not the one I was expecting to be packed.
Yes, when you texted me last night saying that my ticket for this one was going to be on you, initially, my reaction was, okay, he must be taking me to another bad movie, so it's either going to be Fist Fight or Rock Dog. When I was waiting for you, I had a slight sliver of hope that maybe...
If it was Logan, I would have made a bigger deal out of it.
Yes.
There's a reason I didn't tell you what we were seeing until I got there.
I suspected as much.
That's because, I know you're smarter than Matt is when it comes to these things. You would have looked it up.
Yeah.
Because when I text Matt, it's like, what are we saying this movie? Oh, okay, I'll see you there. He won't look it up till like after he gets there. He's like, God damn it, fine. That's how he saw Rains. It's like, when we were saying Rains at this time, okay, see you there. Look something like, what movie is this again? Son of a bitch. So, So, like, again, I don't really have a whole lot to say about this movie, because, again, it's just so paint by numbers. It's like, the place where they fucking live is called Snow Mountain, which should tell you just how original and how thought-provoking this actual stuff, actual thought behind this movie is.
And they don't even give the city that he travels to find Scattergood a name. They just call it the city.
Which made me wonder, is this like a Japanese import movie or something? Because, like, it's clearly designed after Tokyo.
There were a few scenes or tidbits where I got a little bit of a San Francisco vibe.
Well, I mean, like, everything's, like, half the signs in the city are Japanese.
Then that's a distinct possibility.
Yeah, so
it
like,
could be a Japanese import.
Yeah, like, it looked like if there's no way, like, half the signs were in Japanese, so it's like there's no way it was not designed in some part after Tokyo or something, unless they're doing like the Big Hero 6 thing where it's what they call it, San Francisco or something like that.
Yeah.
Was like some kind of hybrid. I didn't get much of a San Francisco vibe personally.
Well, it was very fleeting, only in a few moments. For instance, when he went to Rock and Roll Park with the different musicians playing on basically street performing and going for noodles and.
You could argue noodles is still like Japanese culture too.
Of course. But I'm a Californian. I think Chinatown. So.
Of course, thinking that's clearly Japanese based. You think of the one part in San Francisco that's going for the Asian crowd, or white people that want to think they're in Asian culture.
I have never claimed to be in Asian culture. I'm just a Jewish woman who likes Chinese food.
Fair enough. No, I'm there. But I mean, is there really much else to say about this? It's exactly what you think it's gonna be. It's kids will like it fine. The kid behind us thought it was hilarious. There were times where like it was like the big goofy laugh too. So I was like, "What is something funny happening right now?" It's like, okay, whatever works for you, kid. I mean, I've seen some kids like some dumbass shit. So whatever floats your boat, dude. I mean, there's 3 or 4 Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. So, in comparison to that, this is fucking Shakespeare. I mean, there's nothing here really to be angry about. There's really not a whole lot here to have a kind of big reaction to.
This movie's worst crime is that it's kind of predictably boring.
Yeah. But it's like, again, I can at least say I got a few laughs out of it.
I chuckled a few times, yes.
Yeah, and again, like, I did kind of laugh to myself a little bit when they play the song at the very end, and the voice actor that's doing the lead scene is so clearly not the voice actor for the character. It's kind of like in Lion King when Simba's replaced by a way better singer than Matthew Broderick. Where it's like, man, do you just think I wasn't going to notice, or you just clearly not give a shit? Neither would surprise me. This is Disney back in the early days, we're like, we'll just swap them out. No one knows. Nobody will fucking notice. Just swap them out. Do you ever notice that was like a trend back in like the early 90s day, like the 90s Disney?
I wasn't paying that close attention to the voice acting, and I know I'm going to lose cinematic credit for saying this, but The Lion King was never one of my favorites.
That's never one of mine either. I'm trying to think of what my favorite Disney movies was. I always liked Night Before Christmas. That was one of my favorite Disney movies. But anyway,
yeah, that's a classic. And we came in about halfway through the trailers, so we came in during the Boss Baby trailer.
Which, goddamn, I'm sick of that seeing that fucking trailer.
Me too. And there was another trailer we got.
Oh yeah, that one looked like if this one's in the Norm of the North this year, that one might be like weird monkey space odyssey, called like Spark a Space Tale or some bullshit like that.
With the names and references, it just kept making me think of other properties.
Literally anything else I'd rather be watching than Spark.
Yes.
A Space Tale. Tale spelled Tail. It's like, okay.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, it's gonna be that kind of movie. Okay. That was an interesting experience.
Please don't trick me into seeing that one.
No, I'll call Matt on that one. Or Wes, whoever's available first. He's gonna be pissed with a, hey buddy. You busy? What time? I don't know, like, this is going to be a short review, because again, I just don't have, there's nothing to get a big emotional reaction out of.
Yeah, I mean,
I was more emotionally invested than I thought I was going to be. But again, considering what I was expecting, that's not really saying much.
I'm just glad that I didn't fall asleep out of boredom. Don't
worry, I would have woken you up. Like, hey, I gotta sit through this, you got to too. Don't pull a muha on me.
So, yes, I don't really have much critical insight to complain about this movie, except what I've already said about how generic it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, sorry guys, I wish we had more to say, but I can't make shit up to talk about this movie that I already have. Other than that,
me neither.
What you see is what you get. It's not pretending to be any more and less. This is clearly a cash cow, but at least again, there's a couple, like, some writer gave a shit.
You can take, if you have kids, you can take your kid to go see it. I recommend seeing the first showing so you don't have to pay much money for it. But it's harmless.
It's a way to get your kids to shut up for an hour and a half.
Pretty much.
But yeah, so that one gets this one out of the way. So I think later...
Check.
Yeah, check. No, I think movies I actually want to see. So I think later we got to check out Logan probably early next week. And then I think I got to see The Shack. That Sam Worthington one.
I've seen that trailer multiple times, and I can't tell if it's some kind of weird fantasy story or some kind of Christian propaganda.
I don't think if it's a Bible movie, I'd be very surprised because there's no mention of Jesus or anything in there.
But I got a very preachy vibe from it.
I mean, it's probably like the way the Collateral Beauty was, except it's not actors paid to play love, death, and time like they were in Collateral Beauty. Oh, fuck that movie. I told you about that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think it's supposed to be just like, it's a grief movie. There's a surprisingly popular trend right now.
I guess screenwriters have a lot of grieving to do.
I guess so. Between Collateral Beauty, Manchester by the Sea.
That one was good.
That one was really good. And Monster Calls was a movie I fucking loved. loved being a strong, probably not the right word, but you know what I mean. I got a lot. Appreciate. That's a good word. It looks like it's trying to be one of those. Except it's probably gonna suck. On the other hand, it's nice to see Sam Worthington working again because I haven't seen him in anything since like Avatar.
Okay.
Good for him.
I think the Avatar sequel's coming out next year.
Is that finally coming out?
I think so.
Because I know they were talking about it for fucking years. I mean, how long ago was Avatar 1? Like 2009?
Yes.
I mean, goddamn. But yeah, like The Shack has 19% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm not optimistic. Rock Dog has 41, which seems about right to me.
Agreed. It's far from certified fresh, but there are worse things to see.
Oh god, yeah. Like between this doesn't hold a fucking candle to like Rings or 50 Shades Darker.
Agreed.
Which those two would probably make my list. Then again, you're still young, like. Because all things considered, when a movie called Rock Dog isn't terrible, we've been having a pretty good year, movie-wise.
Thus far, so
between, like,
fingers crossed.
John Wick 2, Lego Batman, Get Out, and, like, other fucking great, like, way better than any right to be movies.
And Moonlight actually winning Best Picture.
Yeah, that too. Like, this year hasn't really been that fucking bad, which is makes me happy.
Me too.
So yeah, man, I think that's as much as I can stretch out this video. So you got any final thoughts for Rock Dog?
Meh. It's generic. It's harmless. You can take your kids to see it, but that's not exactly me glorifying it.
No. I will say it would have made me really laugh if they actually did just say, "Wow, I met Angus's fucking gardener."
Then it would not have been a kid's film.
Well, a PG-13.
A cheap PG-13.
Yeah, it would have been worth it. Just to get one fuck word in there.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. That would be great. One of these fucking movies, just one day out of nowhere. Oh God, fucking damn it! That doesn't swear for the rest of the movie. Just that one time where it just has J.K. Simmons going all whiplash on his son. Get back here, you little shit! Learn your chi! God damn it! I didn't see Whiplash. I'm guessing that's how it went. But anyway. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you, Logan, in a day or two, probably.